Welcome to Battletech Oath of Endosteel Season 2, Episode 13029, Part 9. I just got a message on YouTube from somebody who was mad that there was an hour-long intro in A Time of Total Warfare. And I was like, listen, brother, you better buckle up, because there are 2-hour intro sections on that show. And I include a way to skip the intro, so if you can't even reach that minimum level of effort, maybe you deserve the 1-hour intro.
Oh, no.
You heard it here first.
But
Speaking
of intros, does anyone have any projects they need to announce?
Nothing at the moment.
Other than that, we got a Valheim server, so
yeah.
jump on Discord if you want a Valheim. Okay.
I've been enjoying that Nordic I don't know, theme a lot of games have right now. I'm into it. Keep it up.
I don't know. It makes me worried a little bit, but
yeah.
Well, that's because of the racist. Yeah, it's because of the co-opting of Norse mythology.
I was gonna say it's just the intersection of military historians and Norse mythology and.
Yeah, look, I've been liking death metal and black metal. I've been fighting this battle for a long time. Oh no, that band's actually really bad. Oh shit. Yeah, it is. It's tough.
Okay. Previously, I fired everything with the SRM carrier. I failed to kill either the Patton or the Black Knight, but I put out big damage on, at the very least, the Black Knight. Now it's your guys' turn to shoot. You get to shoot. Let's do it.
I'm gonna go. I'm very clearly gonna go after the SRM carrier. So if you all want me to just go first and see if I can kill it.
Yeah, that's fine with me. I was gonna say I don't have any of my math done, so if someone wants to go before me.
Yeah, I think my math is pretty simple too, because I have a 3 gunnery. I'm literally on its freaking square. So my plan was to shoot it not with all my stuff. Or actually, do I even have? I don't think I have any heat generated right now because I think I killed it all last round.
Probably.
Yeah, I killed it all and I forgot to mark it. But
You're a pretty efficient mech, so you shouldn't have too many heat problems.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and alpha strike this fucker to make sure it dies.
Okay.
And Eddie doesn't have to worry about not shooting anything to melee, right? Because he can just stomp on it. Correct.
Correct. Yeah, okay. He can just kick it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna alpha strike it with my small laser even.
Because you're at short range.
I'm just at short range for everything, and it's great.
So you need a 5 to hit on everything.
Yeah, cool. Oh, thanks for that math, by the way.
Well, it's just 3 plus your movement.
Right. Yeah. Yep. So let's see, how many shots is that? Just to make sure, I've got 9 shots. Nope.
Veritable fuck ton.
Wait. Oh yeah, 9 shots. Sorry, the 6 was turned into a 5 with me pixelation. Anyway, all right, let's do it. That's terrible. That hits. 1 hit for 5. So I started with medium lasers and then small lasers. Sorry, I forgot that I have actual things. So first one hits. It's an 11 on the location table. Does not go critical.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Cool. That hits. 9 on the location table. That does not go critical. It's a 6 on the crit.
I'm shocked this thing is still alive.
I know.
Still alive now. Keep going.
That hits. 10 on the location table.
Well, it's because we've literally hit it in every spot that won't kill it until this one.
That's turret and it's internal. It's done.
It's done.
Got snake eyes again.
I think it's dead.
Yeah, it's dead.
I know.
Oh,
I'm still shooting,
sorry. Wait, it doesn't have a turret. That's right. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's just.
It goes to
That was correct.
Yeah, but I hadn't actually marked out all the front armor yet.
Oh, okay.
So it still has 2 armor left on the front.
I see.
For some reason, I thought this was turret, but that's actually totally wrong. All right, keep
It's
going.
an SRM carrier. It has a turret.
No, it doesn't.
Or is that a mechanical? Is there like a mechanical term for turret?
Yeah, there's a mechanical term for turret.
Oh, it was like
like a main
giant
battle tank
stereo-sized missile launcher on the top of it. It
Patton
seems
has
very
a turret,
turret-like.
and you can
Yeah,
tell.
so-
Okay.
my.
Oh, so a fixed
my
gun
sheet-
is it
my
doesn't.
sheet over
Okay.
here, yeah.
Got it, okay.
That's the turret.
And turret
Alright, that
criticals
makes
tend
sense.
to be really bad. Like, kill the whole crew. Bad.
Or like lock the
All
game.
right, keep rolling.
Yeah.
Do I
Thanks for
roll
explaining.
this edge, re-roll these double ones because that's a 9 on the crit table or 11 on the crit table.
Okay, let me give you 2 reasons why. 1, that's terrible use of edge. 2,
Yeah, fair.
you can mark down the double ones towards earning
fame.
lucky for your medals.
Oh, got it. Okay, sure.
So make sure you do that now.
I just marked it down on my snake eyes rolled in that Oncocon thing.
Okay.
So that was 3 shots, right? 4 shots.
Yep.
4 shots.
All right, so I've got 4 more. That hits. That's an 8 on the location table. It does go critical.
I'm looking here. Snake eyes rolled. You have 0 snake eyes rolled on this pilot medal progress. Is that right?
No, that's 2
right
on
one.
Anko. There's Kuro and Anko.
Yeah, Kuro had 0, but Anka has 2.
I must be looking on the wrong sheet. Give me a second. Yep, I'm definitely looking at that.
By the way, I think we could manage this a little bit better, but that's just because like it would be nice to have the fame auto update versus having to manually do it.
do you mean?
That sounds really difficult.
How would you have the fame auto update?
You can sum it where like it does the math for you, and if you
But-
have just raw numbers, and then on the side you can mark like, oh, this is out of 5 out of 25.
Okay.
Well,
I see.
but the fame is not a sum of the other stuff.
6, 8.
Uh,
Okay, it's dead now.
okay. Well, I still
I need to look at critical because you did critical. You hit front side. You kill the tank commander.
Nice.
oh. Hopefully that does not get me another freaking negative to my fame.
No, that's only if you chase down and kill a guy that's on
Running
the
away.
ground. Yeah.
I mean,
Well, and commander
Yes.
hit isn't commander killed.
I mean, he
It's
was just
like, well, it's like taking a head hit in a mech.
so there's
okay. All right. So we see a guy stumble out of the SRM carrier. It's like, and he says something in Gaelic, and then he stumbles into the nearby building with the rest of his
to
crew.
be fair, there's still 4 more shots.
more left.
Sure, I'll tell you what, Eddie. If you want to keep shooting until you slaughter the crew, please go ahead.
I don't necessarily want to,
Keep going.
but I mean, I did say I'm firing all of my
Sure.
lasers.
Keep going.
Do it.
It's your choice, right?
Correct.
It's just like what happened with Morgan. You're allowed to kill them or not. Maybe you can pick.
Well, no, I mean, all right. So let
Just
me
roll.
ask you this:
Just roll. Just roll.
If
you're
if
making
I
a deal
decla-
out of it, just roll. We're not going to discuss it. Just keep
Okay.
shooting, and we'll see what kind of criticals you get.
double 8s. Nope. Location 2.
Okay, that's front side, no critical.
Oh, I just totally messed up.
You flipped the bowl.
I clicked it by accident. That's
Wow.
my bad.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe don't. The angle I was on, it was like right next to the button. Oh my god, I don't know what happened. All right, that's definitely a hit. 2 more.
Maybe lock the bowl.
Now critical.
Yeah.
If you lock the bullet, it locks all the dice inside it.
Oh,
God.
that also hits.
I don't know if
and
that's true.
Yeah,
2
I
more.
assure you it's true because I've done it 20 or 30 times.
That
Hey,
also
try
hits.
and move that ball, AP.
2 more. That also
Okay.
hits.
Sure, whatever.
Headshot. 12.
I'm a wizard.
Turret
Headshot. Does that
critical.
count to my fame?
No, because just because you hit there doesn't mean that you critical there.
Oh, but it says a
Oh,
headshot
see,
sword.
Well, for one thing, it's not a head; it's a turret, and you don't get it for hitting turrets.
That's for
Fair,
shooting
fair.
mechs.
Yeah, it's for shooting mechs.
Yeah. All right, that's all my shots.
I mean, yeah, you just keep shooting the turret of the vehicle in the front side over and over again. Well, I mean, there is no turret, so you just keep shooting the front side. But you never
kinda
inflict another critical.
Yeah, I feel like there's just like a lathe of laser fire just coming out of this thing as they keep going, and I think I declared I was going to do a kick because I was just trying to make sure this thing died.
You don't have to declare the
But I don't
kick
have to
until
do
the
it.
end of this phase. Okay.
Cool.
All right. What about the rest of you?
I don't have anything to shoot anymore, so I'm solid.
Can't flip your Patton's arms around and shoot behind you?
So I could drop an AC-10 shell into this apartment building, but I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, it feels kind of pointless for me to do any shooting here as well.
Same.
I think you all hear over the comms.
SRM down. Go after the hostages. I've got you covered.
Okay. Do heat then. And we need a piloting check from the Black Knight.
I forgot about that. What's
why
my
we use the
obstacle?
marker. It's whatever your
That's
piloting
why
is
you
plus
always bring.
Okay, so that's going to be a 4. No
one.
problem.
You're good. Okay, withdraw your movement dice.
I feel like you also just see like all the lasers just like
16 initiative.
so much. Oh
And
my
that's
God.
why you always leave a note. I'm never going to be able to beat that, even on the best of days.
Okay.
If you get a 12, do you beat
11.
that? Yeah.
I think
No, I would tie it.
12.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
you would tie
That's
it.
why
yeah.
I rolled. I rolled just to see if I got a tie, but lo and behold, I didn't roll a 1 out of 36.
What do you know?
I think it is a very rare occasion that I've seen Eric's especially roll
Oh yeah.
double sixes.
I have a very lukewarm relationship with RNG. Okay.
I'm in the
We're
same
not
boat,
really
Eric.
talking. We're not really talking. Okay.
I'm in the same
Yeah.
boat, Eric.
I don't follow them on Twitter.
You're not mutuals on Twitter, yeah.
So what is going to happen? I'm just going to tell you guys. I only have one unit that's active this round, and that's the urban mech. All of the infantry are withdrawing deeper within their apartment buildings until they're away from all the windows.
Okay.
Operation Netflix and chill.
So they have effectively withdrawn from the battlefield unless you want to get in there and root them out.
Sounds like the worst possible idea.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think we want to jump down and try and fight 30 infantry per squad.
AP, remind me again the rules on street movement. Well, I know you slide, but don't you get a +1 MP on it?
No. Nope.
Oh.
Tree movement doesn't make you faster. If you slide, you can actually slide farther than you could theoretically run, I think. But
Yeah. Tokyo Drift style. I understand.
it's
You
you haven't seen
handbrake.
Solaris Knights, so you still don't know
Yeah.
how true that is.
You straight
Yeah,
up drift.
no, I have not. But you told us the story of the AC-10 shot to the knee, right?
It was incredible.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I love that shit. That's
Used to be an adventurer.
It would have missed if not for the drift.
Exactly.
AC-10's so good. Such a good gun.
I'll tell you what's a good gun. And Big Spoon can
Ultra
back me on this.
AC-10,
Ultra AC-10
Yeah, true.
but also LBX AC-10 firing cluster.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Glemo got destroyed.
or Glemo.
Two PPC LBX-10 is like whatever. If I could have a mech with that layout, I'm good. That is.
I
imagine
agree
you could
with
do it
you
on a
on the
Marauder.
general battlefield, but for something like a duel,
Oh, yeah, no.
cluster is unbelievable.
Yeah, cluster's
Yeah.
great. SRMs are incredible. Yeah, exactly. Like that makes sense. But
I
on
mean,
the battlefield,
the thing
that's my
about the
ideal
difference between
battlefield
cluster and
condition.
SRM is you can hit across the map with a cluster round. It's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is
All right.
wild.
So what do you guys want to do?
Maybe one
Shooting
day
the
I'll be able to
tactical
use my-
glitter at your opponent.
You're all moving before the urban mech.
So I think the tank is just going to stay in place, and Sharp is like, Hawkins, hand me up the Zeus heavy rifle and grab your sidearms. We're going in.
All right, Hawkins and Jordan get out of the tank with you and help secure the premises. So what you see as you're entering the media center is that all of the hostages are free to move around. Some of them look like they had plastic bindings on, but they've cut themselves free in the process. James Jives has a VHS hand camcorder and is going, "I'm James Jives, and this is a prisoner escape." We're running now towards the Federated Suns marked patent tank. Sir, what's your name?
Sergeant Sharp, get in the tank. Let's go.
Thank you, Sergeant Sharp. And like another of
Shaky cam footage plays so well in New Avalon.
Yeah. Other media personalities you recognize, Jock Swift and a couple of entertainers and performers. All
Talent
follow
7.
him. There is no members of Talent 7 that you recognize here.
Okay.
Nor is their talent leader, Miss Shone, here as well.
Is that one dude there, the military historian?
Yeah,
Jock Swift, yes.
Oh yeah, Jock Swift. Okay.
Yeah, he insists on getting a iconic Amara Civil War era picture where he sits on the back of the patent tank near the fuel tank and looks awkwardly out into the distance, and he has someone take a black and white filter photo.
He's Battletech Shelby Foote. I got it.
I can't wait to ask Jack Swift if he thinks that Locke has done anything personally for the people of Whittington now.
I understood that reference and it is hilarious.
Did Eric freeze?
He said, yeah.
Yeah, he may have frozen.
That's a good face to freeze on, though.
I know, it's a good face.
Solid EricVulgaris.
Question for you, AP. Do we get any more sensor pings of different things?
I mean, you've already gotten as close as you can determine about the hidden units, right? You know where the infantry are located. You know that there is something hidden in the northeast quadrant.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I
maybe
was wondering if we got any more information from that. If that was something that
You've got as good as you can get on that.
Cool. I think in terms of movement, then I would want to probably like move myself around here.
We have to move everything first, right?
Yes.
Yep, and I move first by not moving because I gotta dismount.
Right.
I'm wondering if I should literally just like turn
Memory
around.
failure.
That might be, yeah. I was thinking something like that. If I could, let's see.
Did anybody else just hear Eric?
Yeah,
I heard Eric
something
say
about a memory failure.
1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's all I'm going to do.
Fair enough.
Because if I go any further and turn my back, the Saladin's going to just be like pop, 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 pop.
Yeah, the Saladin's got a lot of movement, so.
But this also gives me in a position where we can start running if we want to. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to do.
Oh, the DVC building's only a level 1. Dang it.
Yep.
Oh, and I walked. So I need green.
So yeah, I guess. Oh.
Yep, we all snapped out of place. It's fine. Hopefully people will recognize our voices now, except for people with that voice aphasia.
Oh, no. Oh.
Okay, so maybe I can just. What do you guys think about me, like, literally just turning like this so that.
Well, what's your most damaged part right now?
His left
leg.
Left leg?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, making it so that your right side is more exposed.
And this way, even if the Irby like jumps in a weird spot, it's not going to be able to get my back either.
Potentially.
No, so this building here is a level 2.
Yeah, these two.
So,
yeah.
He could jump on top of this maybe, but it'd still be it'd still be a really difficult shot.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I mean, also, yeah, because it's your left side that's exposed. That's unfortunate because like that's the side that's going to be exposed to the Saladin potentially when we start running.
Probably, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Yep. My other suggestion was to like start moving down here, because then that way you're moving in the direction that we need to go, and I'm kind of covering the top side. and that way you kind of cover the bottom side, if that makes
All
sense.
right, that works for me. Okay, so then
You can probably walk
do,
backwards, honestly. So you walk back one, walk back, then turn, and then walk back another, and then turn. Is that possible?
But then I would have my back in a really bad position.
Would you?
I'm pretty sure I'm better off just turning 1, 2, moving 3, turn 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm gonna have to roll for that turn.
Mm-hmm.
That does expose to your left side, though. Are you okay with that?
I mean,
The Saladin's gonna be able to get either my left side or my back.
yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be so hard for me to avoid both of those situations.
Like basically, we have to destroy it on the first turn that it breaks from cover, or else it's going to get behind somebody.
Got it. That's fair.
Okay, I'll do that. So that's gonna give me 1, 2, 3, or no, yeah, 1, 2, 3 hexes. So I don't think that's any bonus, right? Nope, +1. All right, so I'll get a red 1, and I gotta make the skid roll. What's the difficulty? Just piloting?
Depends on when you turned.
It was on the road.
Yes, but it depends on how far into.
Oh, it was
I'm
like
so sorry about
one
that.
space.
1 hex. Oh,
No
okay.
worries.
Then you have a
Welcome
-1.
back, Eric.
My computer died.
Okay,
That's
so
That's not good.
Yep, I was following along with your Discord.
Memory failure took out my machine. Feels bad. Gonna have to do a mem test later today.
You're good.
that's terrible.
Getting back in now.
What? I thought you were talking about your roll, and I was like, no, don't tell me you fell. You skid.
So knockout still needs to move, and then we'll get the Erics.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Like that time we had 3 Erics on at the same time.
Now this is an interesting. What do you guys even think I should do with this hunchback?
Probably just like go here or somewhere around here to cover this this left side here, or right side rather. Because like we still want to move in that direction, but basically
Yeah.
like they're kind of holding, they're zoning right now, holding this area as best they can. And then the crab will try to hold this area with the archer kind of just providing support on both sides. So the archer should probably move somewhere right here into the middle now that we don't have the infantry there.
And so I think here, like, they need to be like facing this way, like
Yeah.
like facing back. So like basically kind of turn around.
1, 2, 3, and 4, and then turn to face the back.
5, 6, yeah.
Yeah, sure, that works. 1, 2, turn for 3, 4,
Turn for 5.
5.
Yeah, and then turn.
Oh, that
There you
works.
go.
Yeah,
Yep.
that works.
And then and then knockout can just spend the rest of the time moonwalking out of here.
Exactly.
Until the rest of the crew catches up. That makes sense.
I think that's going to be red 2 that time.
1, 2, 3, 4. And so that's gonna be a green 1 for me. And Badger's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4,
What?
5,
No.
6, 7, 8.
Why?
Why? Because he's gonna back up and cover me.
Well, I thought the idea was that the badger covers the left side. Or yeah.
I'm just don't see, like, as long as we stay out of the urban mechs range,
Yeah.
there's not much to cover.
The urban mech is really slow, so if he like, I don't think the urban mech is going to be able to catch us. So
Sure.
I think getting out of its range, and moving like over onto this side of the road is going to be.
I guess what I was thinking was that like the crab kind of owns the left side to somewhat, so you could go straight down the road again.
That's true as well.
and then that way we have kind of the left side. We have the archer on the right with the hunchback. We have the us bringing back the rear.
4.
Once we start moving that direction. So the crab kind of just makes an intimidation check, I guess you could say, against the Irby.
Yeah. But like so my thought with moving the crab out like further onto this side of the road is that it to try and not have it not take any more damage this fight, so that it will have fresher.
We have another fight.
Fresher armor in your guys' next fight, because that's really like aside from the group up here,
right?
Like me, you, and Sam. Like, the rest
The crab
of
and the archer are gonna have to exactly spin.
Yeah, so they need to be fresh for the next one.
Totally. I feel that.
Yeah, I like that plan. If we can just avoid having to engage the Irby, that's the best.
I had to torso twist 1 to go there, so I'm at that spot.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I go 7 hexes. I believe that's a run of 2.
Oh, Eric, I think you did your facing wrong. Crabs can only move sideways.
Wow. You can get a pilot ability that allows you to move sideways. Like quad mechs can also move sideways.
Yeah, just like quad perk.
Like the Scorpion or the Bishamon.
The Goliath.
No one likes the Goliath. Stop trying to make Goliath a thing. There's streets behind, motherfucker.
That sideways might be really good for the archer, to be honest with you, who largely doesn't want to move that much. That might be good.
Okay. The urban mech jumps back. At the end of the round, the Irish folk music ends, and Samuel Barrett comes over the communications and says, "This is Lieutenant Samuel Barrett. It seems you've won your prize, gentlemen. There's nothing a bunch of infantrymen and grunts like myself can do against a bunch of battlemechs like yourselves. I suppose we'd better just see you off then."
That would be fair.
We'll
But
see
what
you
does
next.
what does that send-off look like?
Hey, you walk out of here. There's no reason for me to risk my men for one more round of SRM fire. You've killed Mechwarriors, but all me men are alive with the exception of 7 or 8 infantry. I'd say it was a fair exchange for the amount we're being paid.
Sounds like we'll see you again in the future, Barrett.
Oh, I'd say you can count on that, lad. And just
Till next
remember,
time,
after
then.
this conflict, that Barrett's privateers are a highly rated mercenary unit that operate along this area, just in case you need security consultants for yourself in the future.
We'll keep you in mind. You
I'll
seem
send you my business card.
to have a tactical mind.
I'd say so.
All right. I love it.
Okay. Does
no
anyone want to
fool.
do anything other than withdraw carefully from the city?
No, I think that's our plan.
Okay, Sharp. Your tank is a mess. James Jives is inside it, recording what's happening inside. There are a bunch of people sitting on the outside of it, so you can't move at flank speed. You can only cruise.
Yep.
I will say that I think as we're cruising out, Anko will over the loudspeakers say,
We are disengaging from the area. Please stay safe. There is an all-out invasion of Cretan forces. Take what belongings you can. Make sure that you're ready to go to a shelter at any time.
Okay, I think they know that there's an invasion, but
either way, people were like walking around their business and doing stuff.
yeah. I mean,
so
look,
was
the,
like,
the other things you're saying are fine, but the invasion part, I think they got that.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as you withdraw, you all detect that from the city, 4 Savannah Master hovercraft begin to sit right at the edge of your sensor range, somewhere around 3 kilometers, but their IFF transponders and their sensor emitters are both cranked up to maximum.
They're letting themselves be known.
They continue to follow you for several kilometers outside the city. I don't know if there's anything you guys want to do.
Wait, so if they're Are they so? To be clear, are they enemy combatants or are they?
Their IFF reads that they are members of Bear's privateers.
Yeah, and
Oh, got it.
If you ask Sharp, would be like, yeah, that's the rest of the privateers. There's he's got a decent hover armor force.
They said they're gonna see us past.
That is true.
Yeah, like on our little like radar maps in our mechs, you know, like little like spinning things, like they're absolutely red cubes, you know, like they're absolutely bad.
Unusually strong red cubes for how far away they are.
Yeah.
Right. They're letting themselves be known that.
My God, they merged together into a locust.
I think 4 of them might be able to merge together into a wasp, but
yeah. My God, the Tri-Power Force is real.
I think
It's not a myth.
once we get like a little ways out of town, Lachlan will definitely radio over to the tank and just say, excellent work. It's your sergeant, right? Sergeant Master?
Master Sergeant Sharp.
He'll say, excellent work out there, Sergeant.
Staff Sergeant. You appear to have given yourself several promotions.
Staff Sergeant.
Hey, somebody was calling me a captain last session.
Tank Captain.
Tank Captain.
Tank Captain. Staff Sergeant Sharp.
Thanks, Admiral Sharp.
Yeah.
Lord Commander Sharp.
Commander.
Wow, I mean, we're just getting.
When are you getting a rum named after you?
High Protector Sharp. Yeah.
Pretty sure an admiral is someone that works on ships. Right?
First Prince of the Star League Sharp.
The Navy.
But yeah, he'll radio over like
Prince
excellent work out there, Sergeant. We couldn't have done that without you and your men.
Yeah.
Something tells me that with several hundred tons of Battlemechs, you would have done just fine.
Every little bit counts. Don't forget it. We're going to need all of you to resist this.
Yes, well, you were instrumental in us being able to retrieve the hostages, so you and your men are to be commended.
Well, I'll give your regards to the Major when I see her. Do you have any intelligence or assets that would be useful to the militia in the upcoming days?
I could, if we are successful in freeing some of the Supaku assets, I will let you know. What I can.
Out of character, would I? So I have my secure communicator, but is it something like if they have? Well, no, the it is secure, but it's like I have to be able to connect and all that kind of stuff because they've got all kinds of dampening fields. If I were to give the sergeant codes to connect, would that work? Or
He
is
needs
it
a device. He needs an encryptor.
That's what I was thinking. It was something like it was a secure device that has a direct channel to certain other devices, that sort of thing. Cool. Yeah. So I think at this point, Uncle will say,
unfortunately, I only have one of my secure comms unit. Otherwise, I would offer you the same, as there are still forces fighting in the city outside yourselves.
Very well.
You can tell the Major that everybody that we have been able to gather has gathered at the Menshikov estate as a holdout. All of my forces, as well as much of the Hiroka forces, and I believe the Basset Latour forces were headed there as well.
That's good to know. Thank you.
Okay, Sharp, you get a communication burst. It is from an aircraft flying overhead doing point-to-point laser communication. It's still encrypted, and Hawkins has to run it, through all the code word stuff. It is orders from the Major to all forces Southern Continental Command to reconvene at a bivouac outside the Supaku estate, which, given the current state of the Supaku house, is going to be what's the good word? Dragooned. It's going to be dragooned into being the new South Command. So you're ordered to head to the bivouac there and prepare to assault the Seppaku estate.
Okay. All right. So yeah, he'll relay that. Looks like we've got new orders. If you'll be joining me, we're headed to the Seppaku estate.
What a coincidence. We were already headed that way.
How fortuitous.
You hear him go, no, don't touch that.
Just to be clear, what's the bivouac? Like, what does that mean? What?
Camp.
Headquarters.
Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah.
Looks like we'll be taking over or setting up the Continental Command here.
I would appreciate that. It seems that there were some Karitan spies within my family's ranks.
Well, I know there's been a lot of rumors flying around about you, but after what I saw today, you're good in my books.
It's appreciated. It's not easy having targets on your back from many directions.
Let's
Move out.
Okay. 12 kilometers outside the city, the Savannah Masters abruptly pull off and are no longer tracking your movements. Or at the very least, if they are, you can't see them doing it. After most of a day's travel, you are within striking distance of the Seppaku estates. As you're approaching, you can see that there is a massive pillar of smoke raging. And the closer you get, the more it becomes obvious that there's no one there. There are no seismic sensors, there's no electromagnetic sensor readings. Beyond the massive thermal blimp of a raging fire, there doesn't appear to be anyone moving or alive at the Seppaku estate.
For sure, Anko would try to raise comms
Okay.
with who was it? Cypher.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
And I think I call myself Magician, if I recall.
That is your inter-unit code name
Yeah.
for your spies.
After the session, I was like, ah, dang, I should have given myself Hat Trick. Hat Trick is such a good name. Anyway, sorry.
It's too late. Call sign is Coyote.
No, it is not.
It is. You
It's
had a
Kitsune?
long ass time.
Hey, I'm sorry. I was waiting for everyone else. We talked about this last time. I'm not giving Bassett the pleasure.
I think it's ironic that you're more willing to give the literal enemy forces.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, especially when they're already calling you a spy. You're going to literally take that
I know.
name?
Sure.
Okay.
Kitsunes are much cooler than coyotes, in my opinion.
Wow. Apologize to all American coyotes.
Yeah.
No.
The
Coyotes are
Pacific,
cool.
Radical coyote
Pacific
vote.
Southwest
Yeah, yeah.
would disagree with you.
But I mean, then you look at what's going on. Yeah, right. But then you look what's going on. Roadrunner and Coyote. Like, come on, the Roadrunner always wins. So clearly, there's a problem. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, but the coyote is by far the funnier of the pair.
that is true. All right, that's fair. That's
Uncle
fair.
has that mech.
Huh? What?
Nothing. I'm trying to get everybody's mech sheets back to them without creating any
Oh.
double copies. Okay, there is an answer. It sounds like someone who's a little drowsy. They go, "This is Cypher."
Cypher, it's good to hear you're still alive. We're nearing your position. What's the situation?
We're in the secure tunnels underneath the mech bay. The house is gone. Everything's gone.
Everything.
Tanks, infantry rolled up. I think that they set fire to the mansion and then rolled tanks over the burning wreckage and then set fire to that as well. The airfield has been disabled. I think the mech hangar and the aerospace hangar, they weren't able to get inside here with us. Other than that, you've lost everything, ma'am.
History is often not kind to memorabilia and other such things, but in the end, it is the people that survive it that tell the tale.
All right, so you're moralizing to someone who hasn't slept in a couple of days, so they say nothing. Yeah, they don't have anything to say.
Yeah.
I think she just says,
Get some rest. You've done well. We're on the outskirts. We'll be there soon.
Okay.
okay.
All right, so Sergeant, you have orders, and over the course of the next few hours throughout the night, more forces arrive. A handful of Battlemechs whose pilots immediately take command of your unit of one, just your tank.
Yep.
You're answering two other staff sergeants who, because they are Battlemech pilots, senior outrank you, which is a little rankling, perhaps. At the very least, your crew members complain about it.
Mm-hmm. I think there's like maybe a little bit of pushback from the nobles who are like telling them to.
That's great. Your nobility have literally zero say in the discussions of the ring. Yeah, like I think you say anything, Anko, and someone is just like, "Shut the fuck up, traitor." Someone put this woman. Put this woman in handcuffs immediately.
Yeah, no.
Staff Sergeant Sharp, arrest this woman.
Lachlan is going to step in front of her and is going to say, "On whose authority?"
On my authority.
I don't give a shit about your authority.
I don't give a shit about your authority.
In my hands. The Senate is the government of this planet. It remains the government of this planet, and I don't care who you take orders from. I am in charge of her.
Okay.
I think if anyone,
this situation has a lot of people unsnapping sidearm holsters. Nobody's getting ready to draw, but the guy is just like, he's looking at your Battlemechs, which are larger than his Battlemechs.
Anko has her hand on her sword.
Wow. All right. I mean, I just want to point out that, like, if your hand is on your sword, an awful lot of those people are squaring up with you and not with, like, the McDougal.
Lachlan is not touching his weapon at all. He is just basically putting himself in a position where this guy he's positioning himself as the nobleman in the room. Either this guy can try to go through and make a big deal about it, and kill a nobleman, or he can back down.
Yeah. So what he says is, "I'll be noting your protests with the major."
Actually, Sergeant, because there's not a Battlemech pilot here with a higher rank than Sergeant, correct?
Staff Sergeant, yes. Yeah.
Actually, Staff Sergeant Lieutenant Hiroka is in command.
That's true.
Oh, that's actually true.
So it should be noted, he is
Enter me to the tent. Okay.
He is a regular officer, but he is not a member of the local militia.
Yeah, but
he does outrank them for sure. Rank. Yes. Yeah. All right.
Until a militia lieutenant shows up, Lieutenant Hiroka is in command.
Thank you, sir. Right. Yeah. Enter me into the tent. So yeah. Thank you, Sergeant Sharp.
Of course.
She's not going anywhere.
All right.
You can tell Major Garcia the same thing that I've told every other noble on this planet and had them agree to. I am vouching for House Seppaku. I am vouching for Anko Seppaku. And up and until the point where that goes south and I am taken away in chains, you can either kill us now or you can go back to the major and deal with it.
Okay. So he turns to you, Sharp, and says, "Staff Sergeant Sharp, mark those words for the record. They will be included with any communiques to the major."
I will do so.
And I think Anko, like, as soon as there was so to be clear about her intention, she was like feeling admonished and was basically like, "I'm going to protect myself if this escalates." So that was her instinct, but she immediately, as Lachlan and everyone else tried to de-escalate, released her hand from her sword and kind of like stood up like, I mean,
okay.
Yeah. Like
morale in the camp has immediately plummeted.
Oh, what? Because there's a traitor in their ranks?
Yes, because a lieutenant showed up and said, "Don't arrest her." And a nobleman said, "I'm in charge here." Yeah, it's not great for a military that's already losing.
Yeah, fair.
But it's also not great to let one of our 3 pilots get taken away.
Literally
to
one
get
of the
fucking tried in a drumhead trial and executed.
One of the best pilots on the planet.
Yeah, I know.
Bad.
Like I'm a freaking knight of Endosteel. Anyway. Yeah, I think Anko will make sure that everything's settled here, and then Lachlan, since I am under question here, it would make sense for you to join me in making sure that the assets of the Seppaku estate are still in place. The house may be burned, but according to my sources of allies, they were not able to breach the hangars or the grasshopper.
Seems reasonable. And then Lachlan, in a slightly petty move, raises his voice so that the other people can definitely hear and says, maybe after we bring back a little over 100 tons more hardware, these people will get it in their right minds that it's a Cretan false flag.
I think Anko sees what Lachlan is doing and says, yes, how about that Stuka that I have in the hangar? That would be nice to have during this war.
Let's go see what we can find. Jasper, are you coming with us?
Absolutely, let's go.
All right.
Spoon, we may need you to check to see if some of the tanks that I've got are still in working order.
I may need to check on everyone else for a situational report. But...
Yeah, I know. Sorry, is it Sergeant Richard?
Sharp.
Sorry.
Sharp.
Jack Sharp.
Jack Sharp, thank you.
with an E at the end?
Yeah.
No, it's
that'd be great.
His full name is Jackson.
Yeah.
Sergeant Sharp, you were instrumental and very knowledgeable of your tanks in the previous battle. It would be helpful if you could determine whether or not what we've got in the hangars are still in working order.
All right, I can come along.
You're still played by Sean Bean, though, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. I just want to make clear.
All right.
Yeah. So
as you guys roll up on the estate, it has in fact been burned to the ground. The ground is muddy from all the people and tank treads that have gone through it. The house has in fact been rolled over by tanks.
I want to spend a moment here though, because we've seen this place before in all its splendor during the Kerensky Ball.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now it is a ruined, devastated.
I mean, literally nothing stands except for the mech hangar and the aerospace hangar.
Right. I wanted to emphasize that we've all seen this. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious if Sharp has seen this. Is
the Kerensky Ball.
Go to many noble houses, Sharp?
No, but I think he's probably attended at least a Kerensky Ball as a attendant to the major or as security
that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, when Kuro was head of house, he would invite a lot of military personnel as just special guests out of respect, and had a close relationship with Major Garcia, so semi-close.
Yeah, I was gonna say, saying you have a close relationship with her is an extreme exaggeration. You talked to her maybe twice. That's true.
On screen, but I imagine that they converse on a regular basis, semi-regular basis anyway.
Work stuff,
right? Mostly work stuff for sure. But yeah, I think as you all as we all walk towards it, are we walking with our mechs, or is it close enough that we can walk on foot?
You can do either. You tell me how you want to approach this place.
Yeah, how
So the aerospace strip that also serves as the mech, you leave the mech bay and you immediately walk out on the aerospace strip. It is blasted. Getting the mechs out of here, they're gonna have to be walking across extremely difficult terrain and rubble. It's basically been destroyed down to its foundations.
Sure. The Stuka is gonna be difficult as
the Stuka's. You can't get the Stuka out of the hangar right now. You can shoot the Stuka out from the hangar outside, and that's about it.
Wait, what do you mean?
If you open the doors, the Stuka can shoot in that general direction. It can't.
Got it.
If it goes forward, it's literally just going.
Yeah.
Into craters.
Yeah. Got it. Okay. Yeah, so it'll be an operation to like recover the Stuka and put it into a place where it can actually take off somewhere. And
Yes, it will be a long operation, one involving military engineers.
yes, that's. I mean, I think in any case, that's when it's going to happen. Probably happen.
So, are you guys approaching by vehicle or on foot?
I mean, I think Sharp is basically on foot because the Big Iron's parked back with the rest of the vehicles.
About 6 feet behind Sharp, you hear an ongoing monologue of like, now I'm approaching the ruined Seppuku estates. You can see that it has been destroyed down to the foundations. Whether or not our enemies are correct in the current disposition of the Seppuku family, it is clear that they have enacted an act of revenge against Anko Seppuku. Is she a traitor? Is she not? Her actions seem to indicate otherwise, despite the evidence. And then he does the shaky cam zoom in on the burning wreckage? Yeah, it's James Shafts, yeah.
Okay. I think Anko just kind of like sighs as they're walking forward, and
in contrast, Lachlan just tries to.
Oh no! You muted yourself, Sam.
Lachlan tries to look as solemn and austere as possible, and like kind of like make
there are
it
some
so that
zoom ins with good camera
so that
angles.
He's just like solemnly looking out over the wreckage, like
with a half moon rising over your shoulder.
Exactly.
Yeah, that looks great.
I think yeah. Occasionally, like there's a moment where like Anko leans or bends down to like pick something up that she spots, like maybe something that was metal that didn't fully burn, like a hair clip or hair comb, or something like that, where she just kind of looks at it thinking of the history. And I think James like probably zooms in on that moment of capturing it.
Meanwhile, Sergeant Sharp is watching for enemy combatants.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
the nobles are not helpful at all, but like
just like these fucking nobles.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, you guys did great in the battle, but oh Jesus, you're still nobles.
Yeah, like as he gets
like
closer, James is like, Sergeant Sharp, can you walk me through what you're doing here?
Watching the perimeters to make sure we don't get ambushed by any troops that the Cretans
James
left
brings
behind.
the camcorder to look himself and says, perimeter, military words for a military situation.
God.
Look, man, he's shaking. He's literally been held hostage for like 72 hours.
Yeah, I get it.
This is not his best reporting ever.
Let us see if Senpai's wisdom is still intact. Hiroka and Lachlan would know that Jasper and Lachlan, wow, names today are not helping me, would know that is the grasshopper. So as we approach, I think Anko at this point, as we're getting closer, joins Sharp. Like she had a moment where she was getting nostalgic, but realizes that the closer they get, there's a potential that they are still here. Cypher said that they were in the bunkers below.
Yeah, secret tunnels.
I wouldn't have said Cypher's name.
Through the mountains.
Yeah. My sources say
your staff. My staff.
My again, words and names are not my allied, my loyal. There we go. The loyal staff remains in the secret bunkers below the hangar. Hopefully we recover them as well, and they can help us retrieve some of our resources, our assets.
I think Lachlan still has a broken nose.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he still has like
like raccoon eyes.
That's great. Oh man, and then all those shots of James Giants, I love it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I think Anko tries to lead them to a passage that she knows would be less known.
The mech bay open.
Yeah.
As the mech bay doors roll open on their secure internal mechanics,
like doors and stuff.
It becomes obvious that the inside of the mech bay was the site of a fight. It looks pretty nasty. Things like mechanics tools that you would use to work on the mech were clearly used on humans.
Oof.
At least on one of the gantries, there was definitely an execution of like 3 people in a row who were just shot in the back of the head, kneeling, and then their bodies fell forward onto the railing. Yeah, like there's a huge number of bodies in here, like 30, 40 people.
Anko is 100% running around looking for Bo Castigan, her
Not present among the dead.
Lachlan definitely vomits in the corner.
I think at that moment, like Anko is near James and like make sure the camera steers away from that.
Okay. James is no. Well, I mean, like he probably catches it and just like says to Uncle, "We'll edit it out. It's fine."
You better.
What's Jasper's reaction to all these
he turns
dead
to you,
folks?
Uncle, and says, "I'm sorry. What? You better? Or
Sorry.
what? What are you gonna do to me?"
It's been a long day, and we've all been through a lot.
I mean, James is very upset right now. He says, I'm a Lyran citizen. I'm not even involved in this war. I don't know why they arrested me. This is ridiculous. And now I'm being threatened by my allies.
Mr. Jives.
You're not being threatened.
You're not being threatened.
I have it on video. He uses them because VHS cassette tapes could do.
Yeah, it goes back. Rewind
and
sound.
we just hear Anko echo through the mech bay going, "You better, you better, you better."
Lachlan does one of these and is just like, James, we want you with us as an ally, otherwise we wouldn't have come to rescue you. Trust me.
Exactly.
We're all on the same team here.
All right. He looks around kind of like someone who's, not slept in 2 or 3 days and was held hostage. Still got his plastic binders around his arms, around his wrists.
I apologize, James.
That's fine.
I am witnessing the literal burning of my home.
I think Sharp wants to go through and are all of these people Supaku staff, or are there DCMS people here as well?
Okay. I would like you to make a roll. Just do 2d6. Okay. You need to hit an 8 or higher.
Was it like an investigation?
7.
You have any edge left?
I have 2 points left.
You could re-roll.
Yeah, so I will re-roll the 3 or re-roll them both.
I'll let you pick.
Okay. I will re-roll the 3.
Okay. No, you made it worse. Yep. Okay, yeah, you're looking around, but the hangar is dark, and you're just like looking, and it seems like everybody in here is 100% Supaku, from what you can tell.
I will look at Sharp, like as Sharp's kind of going through bodies. I will let him. I think I had mentioned this already, but I'll basically say the last I heard of my loyal staff, they were fighting off those that had betrayed us to the Caretans.
All right, so when you say that, that's when a tool cabinet's door explodes outwardly, and 6 people with SMGs come pouring out of it, screaming for you to put your hands up, put your weapons down.
So
some of them, at least one of them says freeze. Yeah.
I think,
and they pour out like a liquid. They flow into the room.
How many of them?
It's like a clown car.
Like
6 people.
Like a trained and ready unit of special forces, or like some techs who got their hands on some guns and hid.
I don't feel obligated to answer this question yet. As it will probably reveal itself in time.
I do feel
obligated. I think Anko will simply say, "Identify yourself," and she'll. I mean, they have SMGs,
yes. So
she kind of feels obligated to at least hold off for now, if there's no immediate battle.
Okay.
Yeah, Lachlan's raising his hands and probably staring daggers at Anko for shouting at these people pointing guns at him.
I mean, Sharp is pointing a gun back at them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Anko does have weapons, so actually she may, because she's intended to be a protector of the family of Supaku. So she is trained in this stuff.
I'm letting you lead this dance. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, what are you doing, Jasper?
I'm letting Seppuku literally go. Like, this is their house, so like
right.
I'm
right.
I'm deferring to you here.
I think actually what she says is, you address the lady of the house.
They're all wearing mempo, which are like demon masks, and they remove them. One of them is Bo Cassigan. The other are theoretically loyal retainers, including Cypher, who are members of either your house staff or your technical staff. They lower their guns.
I think
Screen. Hold on. Back out for a second. Establishing shot of the burning wreckage. Title screen. Ghosts of Seppuku.
Yes.
Next up, we get Anko in the moonlight wandering through a bamboo grove, composing poetry.
Yeah, with the wind graphic moving across.
Thank you. The wind graphic is essential to the shot. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
I want to get Ghost of Tsushima for the PS5 with the 4K.
Oh, yeah.
Doing it so badly, man. That game's a riot.
FPS. I gotta finish Miles Morales and Phoenix and all the others.
Yeah, so many games.
Yeah. So more people
like...
come out of the tool closet. It's pretty clear the tool closet is an entrance to the secret tunnels. Okay. Slightly less than 100 people, members of your house staff. A lot of them seem to have been injured in some sort of scuffle or fight. A couple of them have like knife wounds at or near their throats that indicate that at some point someone was holding a blade to them.
Yeah.
It's rough. Like, parts of your staff are agents that you've placed who are all trained by Kuro and the rest of the Seppuku family for generations in,
different
martial arts and the arts of the ninja. And the majority of your staff isn't. So some of these people are a lot more shaken than others.
Right. I think Anko immediately lets out a big sigh of relief and says, stand down.
Sharp lowers his weapon.
It is good to see our faces. I'm glad we were able to reach you in time. The house obviously did not survive, but that does not matter at this time. It's good to see you. And I think she approaches and like gives individual, like, just looks in their faces, hands on chins, and be, like, kind of that eye to eye of like, it's good to see you. And she takes a moment to do that. Obviously she can't do it to everyone, but the ones that she knows immediately and the ones that are shaken, she tries to address them the most, to kind of help build their morale. And then she says to everyone else, it seems that the militia is attempting to establish a forward base here south of the city. So we will assist them in any way we can. The other forces are moving to, House Menchikov. We will do what we can to make sure that everyone can get somewhere safe, especially those that are not meant to battle in this fight. You have fought bravely, and I thank you for both House Seppuku and for all of Whittington. And then she looks to Cypher especially and says, and like does the hand on the face and says, thank you. You fought well.
Sometime after this, like by the time you're done doing all this, a bunch of Federated Sons Armed Forces guys in private and corporal uniforms roll in and just start pulling supplies out of your mech bay. They start looking over the tanks too. They're just like, there's pretty good tanks here, Sergeant Sharp. You checked them over yet?
Not yet. We had some other things to deal with, but I was just about to.
We could use these tanks.
They are part of my personal armed forces, but I will, for sure, or I will, what's the word I'm looking for? Not relinquish. I will.
Loan.
Yeah, I will loan them to the militia for now. We need to.
I think that there's a corporal who's looking to Sharp and Jasper as their, the ones who are like theoretically in charge here.
Mm-hmm.
Let us move them to where we need to. What is the current plan of operation with the militia here?
Yeah.
And
I think whoever you're talking to just ignores you, right? They're not. They're not going to be discussing their battle plan with you specifically.
Well, I would have told you like privately, Kuro. Sorry, Anko.
I know.
I would have told you that like don't make any commitments we can't assuredly promise. The defense of everyone comes first. Right?
Yeah.
The like pointing to everyone, the survivors, and being like, they are not everyone.
Right.
This corporal's just standing around looking at the two of you and goes, "What are we doing here? I know we're grabbing the supplies. Are we clearing the airfield for the tanks or what?"
Well, the Stuka would definitely benefit us. Although
still not like pretending you don't exist.
I'm talking to Jasper.
Okay.
So Sharp
ignoring the asshole.
Yeah, Sharp looks at the corporal and is like, get those tanks over with the rest of the vehicles. We'll try and use them to clear the runway if we can. What tanks are here, by the way?
Yeah.
So there's she would have talked about this on the way there. There's a High Scout, a Maxim APC, and 2 Hover APCs.
Okay, so the Hover APCs are going to be way more useful than anything else right now.
Yeah. And then the Stuka obviously is there as well.
Yeah. So he's like, there's a Stuka in that hangar, and that's worth more than these tanks and maybe even the Grasshopper. Which we still don't know if it's here or not.
It's here. It's in the mech.
Okay.
You can see it.
Okay.
We don't know if it's here. You turn and look up, and we get the Assassin's Creed cinematic.
It's all its glory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was hidden under a sheet until someone pulled the rope, and then.
Yeah. Our number one priority should be to get that Stuka flying.
Okay.
So 100 tons of air support is.
It's not like these random infantrymen are well skilled in the art of clearing rubble out of it. Like the runway will have to be rebuilt.
What are you? Hold on a second. I completely disagree with that. I'm gonna push back on that. Infantry, if there's good at one thing, it is fucking physical labor, moving things around.
Yes,
that is bullshit. Not even fighting, just literally moving things.
Again, I'm not worried about that. I think that clearing the airfield is not going to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But a cleared airfield does not allow you to fly the plane out.
Oh, the problem
it has to be filled back in, and then it needs to be treated to handle.
Soldiers are really good at filling potholes. Hold on, that's not fair.
Potholes? They literally bombed the airfield.
We have to make a new airfield.
You have to make a new airfield. They're going to clear it out so you can get the tanks and the mechs in and out. That's not a problem.
We'll talk to Grimdark James and see what it takes to take an aerospace fighter.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm the game master, and I'll tell you what it takes. It's not going anywhere.
42 infantrymen armed with entrenchment tools can fill X cubic volume of dirt.
Yeah, so basically, like Sharp is like,
that's right. We launch all of our aerospace fighters on dirt.
I think
dirt ramps.
This is Whittington. You're not fancy
like dirt bikes.
This isn't the core.
Yeah. Okay. So as you have guessed, these men are pretty good at organizing teams. Mm-hmm. They prioritize getting the hover APCs working, and they're using a rather clever way of trying to use the drive fans under the tank to like clear out rubble.
Nice.
They're gonna try to use the High Scout and what is it, Maxim APC? What's the other
Maxim
one?
APC,
Yeah, to like push rubble pieces out of the way, but it's kind of dangerous. So, it's like 4 guys outside of it, 1 guy inside of it, and they're moving very carefully. But yeah, like these guys have basically came all night to get here, and now in the middle of the night, they're just clearing airfield rubble out so that you can walk mechs in and out.
Curiously, I have under here that I have 8 soldier at arms and 1 militia. Are those basically all gone, or is there like some of the
your militia infantry are not present here, but your tank crewmen are.
Okay, cool.
You have more tank crewmen than you. Sorry, you have more tanks than you have crewmen easily.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, I think I'll order or direct them to assist in whatever they can, and then my priority is to make sure that even if this hangar is abandoned, which I don't think it seems like the militia wants to have some sort of a stronghold here. They're setting up some sort of forward base. So essentially either assist there, and then any civilians or staff that are not trained to be in this situation to be moved to the Menshikov estate and using
okay, Menshikov estate is on the other side of the city.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, like, you're basically just saying, like, let's move all of our most vulnerable people through the most dangerous territory on the planet.
I see.
Like they're setting up a base down here for anybody that can't get to the Menshikovs.
I see. Okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah. So I guess then
this is it. This is the base. There's no forward operating base. This is the only base on the south side of the planet.
So then I will be directing them to assist in every way they can to make sure they get some rest, so that they'll be fresh for later. Now that they have reinforcements, I should say. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lachlan, you get a communication around this time. It's coming in over your personal cell phone.
I will, of course, answer it.
All right. It is really grainy, and it sounds a lot like someone is inside an aircraft calling you.
Interesting.
So you hear Audrey Lafayette say, McDougal, are you there?
I'm here. I've got you, Audrey.
This is the last satellite we have. We're hijacking one of the weather satellites. It's going to go down in a couple of minutes. Aerospace fighters are already on the way. The whole planetary communications, everything is going down, and the Draconis Combine is putting their own encrypted versions of everything out.
Well, I'm glad you were able to get through. What's the situation? Are you able to...
I don't think we can share much, but Lancelot is on his way to your position.
Got it. Much appreciated. You're aware of where my main forces are located currently?
Yes, we are overhead now.
Excellent.
We are going to have to retreat from this position soon. I'm attempting to reconvene all air forces on the planet. It's... just trails off.
I understand. Just keep doing your best, and if you can get through again, or if you have any idea where we should head next.
I think you'll want to speak to Lancelot about that. I'm not in charge here.
Will do.
Last time I checked, you were.
She's like, she says that, and I think Lachlan laughs and just says, look, I'm happy to relay the orders, but we all know that I'm not a military man.
From inside of like a AWACS control plane, we just watch her roll her eyes like, yeah, I know.
He's like, I will do my best to use what skills I have to keep people up and running and keep things moving, and will defer to you all when it comes to the tactics and strategy and whatnot.
I'll probably be out of communication for quite a while, but if you don't hear from us again, it's because we've lost.
Well, good luck then. If you don't hear from me, it sounds about the same. I'll reconvene with Lancelot and we'll go from there.
Okay, so as it's crackling up, and you can hear somebody in the background going, ma'am, they're making their runs now. She goes, there's one more thing you should know. At the Menshikov estate, we're seeing a lot of...
Oh, no! Yeah, I think, like...
What a dick, AP. What a dick.
Thanks.
I think, like, I've kind of mentioned before is, like, since Lachlan hasn't gotten a lot of sleep and between the broken nose and everything, he was already, like, kind of pale and not looking great. And when he gets that last message, he goes, like, what little blood is in his face, disappears, and he just gets even paler. But he tucks his communicator away.
What is it, Lachlan? You seem like you've seen a ghost.
Lafayette mentioned something about the Menshikov estate, and then I lost contact. It is what it is.
I need.
Lancelot is Yohei Genji, right?
No.
No. Oh, which?
Lancelot is Sir Reincolt.
Oh,
Yep.
right.
Yes.
Right. I'll say Reincolt is on the way here with their forces. Once he gets here, we should know more. It sounds like Lafayette and those in the air could really use some help. I know we have to figure out a whole new situation for the airfield, but if we can get that Stuka up in the air, it would be a huge benefit.
Do we have any known pilots around? Unfortunately, I don't think we were able to acquire one before. Or actually, yeah, how does that work with the Stuka? I originally got it for.
My wife isn't here.
Yeah.
God.
Does the militia have any aerospace assets or pilots?
What about your fiance?
The militia does have several aerospace pilots, and
My fiance?
there's no idea.
Yeah.
Is he still around?
Yes, he's still on planet. You just don't know where he's gone to.
Yeah.
I think he could theoretically fly an aerospace fighter.
He is trained to fly both aerospace and mechs. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that would be kind of awesome.
but he's not with you. He went to the Menshikov estate.
Yeah,
Oh, that's true. Fuck.
He's already flying his fighter.
Yeah, I was to say he's already got a ride.
But yeah, if someone in the militia can fly it, then
that's kind of what I was
it's
thinking.
just gonna take some time to repair this airfield.
There are no militia airmen here, but based on your understanding, there should be more people arriving throughout the next 24 hours.
And that's the whole idea with Lancelot, potentially that there is an airman there, or air person there, in those forces.
I was really hoping we could get Lafayette into it because apparently she's a really good pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might remember she was also recently shot and in the hospital.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we saved her when she was shot down that time.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was
Good
Kuro.
times. Good times.
She is not fit to currently pilot a multi-G aerospace craft. She is, however, commanding from originally a dropship and now from a AWACS.
Yes, indeed. Well, I think Anko for sure is getting her things in order, moving over or coordinating with Bo to move over the piloting helmet from the Hunchback into the Grasshopper. And then any kind of, if we can do any kind of repairs to the mechs while we have
Originally, I was going to have there be a fight here, but our guest has to be delayed until 2 weeks from now. So that is why you will, in fact, be able to repair and rearm here.
Oh, good to know. All right, I will repair and rearm for sure. Honestly, other than once getting stuff done with the mech techs and everything, Lachlan will probably take a chance to try to sleep if he can.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a good call.
Relax.
Let's talk about EXP. So you survived the mission for 1. Does anyone have 2 plot points?
I do. I haven't spent anything.
You get 1 XP.
Okay.
Who destroyed what mech? Well, sorry, you didn't destroy any mechs. So
I
heavy
destroyed an
combat
SRM
vehicles.
carrier.
Okay, so you'll get 2 XP for that. Jasper, you got the other one, right?
Yep.
2 XP for that.
Huzzah.
And objective secured, everybody gets 1.
We got 2 XP for that battle.
Wait, so I got 1 for
Easy.
surviving, 1 for the story points,
Yep.
the plot points rather.
Yep.
2 for what was it?
2 for SRM carrier killed, and then 1
Right.
for objective secured.
All right, so I think I got a total of 5, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
192 is how to spend points, and then in terms of fame, I don't know that anybody earned any fame.
I got the snake eyes, but that's it.
That's not fame. That's towards medals.
Oh, right. Sorry, medals.
Yeah, medals aren't the fame and the medals are independent. So
I will award 1 fame to Sergeant Sharp
Hey, all right.
Ooh.
yay
for securing a building.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna. I need to get some more mechs, so I'm saving up some XP.
Well, you have the
What? You got a Black Knight, you got a Hunchback, you got another Hunchback?
yeah.
Well, one of those hunchbacks isn't owned by me. I want
Well, sure.
to
Wait,
make
what?
sure that
It's
It's
Morgan's
on
hunchback.
Morgan owns her.
Oh,
own.
that's fair. That's fair. Well, now you have a hunchback, though.
Yeah, but I do also want to get that Atlas with the king crab arms attached to it.
God.
I need to have the
Nightmare.
XP to recover it.
The nightmare, yeah. Oh my god.
That would be awesome.
That would be freaking
That
awesome.
would be awesome. Actually, it's awesome. It's a totally different assault mech.
Wow.
Wow. Let's see. We had the
So while this is happening, Jasper, someone in the camp like seeks you out. They're wearing white robes with gold filigree.
Ooh.
And when they
Commies.
move, people get out of the. They like Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed their way through. They're like swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. And
Yeah.
like some people kneel before this person.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah, they approach you and they just say,
I imagine they walk like fucking elves, dude.
they do.
I think as we watch this happen,
Comstar
Lachlan
from
is just thinking,
Lothlorien.
people should definitely kneel to me. People should definitely kneel to me.
wow.
So this person's rank collar
9
indicates
hyperpulse generators given to the realms of men.
they are an acolyte. Did we
Alright.
determine how much you know about Comstar? I feel like we did, and that you don't know very much.
No, not at all. Other than like, obviously, I would know enough to know that I know that they're powerful, but I don't know like they have covert operations and shit. You know what I mean?
Their rank collar indicates that they are a acolyte with the Roman numeral for 5 and the Greek letter pi, PHI.
Okay.
So you have no idea what any of that means.
I mean, I just go with them and say like, Blake be with you. How can I help?
Blake be with you as well. May the light of Blake shine upon all of us in these troubling times. May I speak with you privately, Sir Hiroka?
I look over like the scraps of tactical information that I've been provided, and realizing it's fruitless. Yes, please, anything to get my head off of what's going on right now.
Okay. So he takes you to I think he just like indicates to some infantrymen to like leave a tent that they're in.
Yeah.
They just do.
Just the slow elf move, and
Yep.
they listen. Better. Now tell me, child.
So he definitely treats you respectfully, as if you were a higher rank than him, to be clear.
Of course.
And he says,
Friend, you about to know.
okay, you need to calm down. My lord, I've been contacted by a private purchaser on planet who wishes to buy and sell Battlemechs from you at this time. I realize that this is unusual. I can see that your face is incredulous.
We're in the middle of a war.
Comstar understands that, but what better time to acquire new hardware and technology than when one is in the greatest need of it? We do not choose when our clients wish to do deals with each other. We simply facilitate the trades privately and anonymously.
It often sounds like you're taking sides.
He has no answer to that.
Yeah. Well, very well. You can tell that we're in a pretty desperate situation.
The client wishes to purchase the Dragoon that is on your property.
It is not his to sell.
It's
It's
not
also
mine to sell.
not a client.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
motherfucker
I understand.
Comstar
Yeah,
being
yeah,
like,
I
"Hey,
know.
we
He
want
says-
the secret
So,
technology.
he says, I know that it is not yours to sell, and you may confer with those, because the other vehicle we wish to purchase is the black, or he doesn't say we, the other vehicle
Yeah.
that
I know they don't say
our
we.
client wishes to purchase is the Black Knight, and we are willing to offer a very rare series of machines Sorry, I keep saying we. The client wishes to offer a very rare series of machines in exchange.
Well, unless this rare series of machines is an atlas with crab arms, I'm not sure he's gonna be willing to part with such a dear companion. But I don't know. It just seems strange that you're coming to me with these offers, rather knowing that it is my companion's final decision on these matters.
The client wished to come to you personally, as you are the ostensible leader of the knights.
Right.
You will negotiate on their behalf, I believe. He slides over a technical readout for a battle mech.
Yeah.
The readout is Star League issue.
Yeah, I'm looking over the readout of this.
Cyclops 10 HQ unit.
Yeah, I'm looking at. Is this a mobile command?
Yes, it has a collapsible command module that can be used
cut to the paper doll, and we see like the left torso is entirely like the mobile command center. Like, look at these specs. My God, this is quite impressive.
It allows for the coordination and control of a regiment of forces. It is quite rare to find a working one of these particular battle mechs. However, the client is very insistent that they receive what remains of the Dragoon and the Black Knight.
Can I? This may be something that like Eric would have to make a roll for, or one of us would have to make a roll for when Eric tells us, or when Jasper tells us about it. But like, is there any way we would know? Like, why would they care about the Black Knight? That sounds just like a terrible trade.
Yeah, why do they? That's.
Am I crazy or like am I missing something?
We haven't really talked about it, but Black Knights are not common mech. They're actually they're Star League era mechs. They're fairly rare. Even with the way they are now, they're pretty easy to upgrade with Star League era technology.
Yeah, like that. Basically,
so like upfitting them back to like the ancient ways is fairly easy compared to doing it with something new.
You just swap out some heat sinks and probably some lasers and a PPC, and you're basically a.
So I'm not saying it's Comstar, but Comstar does eventually release a series of Clan Buster Lancelets and Clan Buster Black Knights that are essentially retrofitted versions of those mechs that are just like, all right, well, we're gonna use them to go fight super warrior genetic fascists. So
yeah, like out of character,
trying to
full
buy
disclosure here. This is 100% Comstar being like, yes, we want your rare and valuable technology.
And we know that we've got you over the barrel right now.
So, like,
but if they have more,
help.
Go ahead, sorry.
So like, I would say as Jasper, I would absolutely want to do this. However, as Eric, I am no way going to say to do this without getting full buy-in from both other players. You know what I mean? So like, I would roleplay differently if I knew what they would want to do.
Sure.
Do you want to make this deal or not? Because I could roleplay either way. I just need to know an answer from you all.
I mean, I think if it's possible, can we roleplay us deferring until we actually have a conversation? Because as a player, I don't really know much about these mechs. I can't really give you a good idea.
I'll say that listen, I know your client might be adamant about getting your hands on these mechs. Well, I'm also adamant that I need to talk to them personally.
I understand. He's like, you're getting up to leave, and he's like, but wait, I'm not done.
Oh,
but wait, there's more.
There's more?
Yeah, he says,
around.
I am aware that such a trade would not be beneficial or fair. The tonnage, the cost. We are also prepared to offer a Draconis Combine Wolverine in exchange for this. The Cyclops.
That's the laser one.
It's a Wolverine 6K. It's got the head laser, SRM launcher, large laser, medium, and small.
It removes the AC5 for the large laser.
Yep.
Yeah.
With more ammo and more armor.
That one's sick. That's actually a really good mech.
Yeah. That's a very solid medium.
I mean, where I'm at, as far as if we want to talk about it out in character, we can as well. But where I'm at is I think it ultimately comes down to Eddie, because I am happy to trade up into an assault mech, but I don't want to trade down into a medium Wolverine.
So to be clear, AP, this is the CP10 HQ variant, or just the CP10
HQ variant.
Z? Okay. So
You're losing
what that so what that means is you're losing your AC-20, but you gain a collapsible HQ bunker that you can then deploy from the back of the mech, and like it becomes this like
command
very
unit.
sophisticated and like cutting edge tech command unit. Yeah,
I will run that.
It will work really well with the high scouts recon drones.
So the other but like the CP,
okay.
Yeah, the CP10Z, you can command the brigade. The like command bunker is Star League era tech.
Yes.
Yeah.
It literally, like, half of these things don't exist anymore, and there was only,
So here's what I would like to do. I would like to actually offer to do this trade, and I will give you the Archer, Sam, and I will take the Cyclops without the AC-20.
But the Black Knight is,
I know, like, if it's not the best trade, but if we want to do this, but also, like, do we want to play the game that we pissed off Comstar?
You don't know that this is Comstar.
Yeah, but also the XL engine and the Dragoon is priceless.
Yes, that's true. It's 90% of the reason they want it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm personally against the trade right now.
Let's have a talk in character.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those present.
You can. Yeah.
All right. So then, So I do a little not bad face, and then we cut to star wipe to us discussing this around
you guys
a
sitting
cup of
around
coffee.
getting coffee. Yeah, Sharp's
And,
nearby for some reason.
Yeah.
And they're serving breakfast. Yeah, right. We got the scrambled eggs. We got the cold pancakes. We got everything.
They what?
They offered a trade. They have a buyer apparently for your Dragoon. They're pretty insistent on it. They're willing to give us these, and I slide the specs of the Wolverine. You said it was a 6K, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's in the 6K and the 10.
So
10
the
HQ.
6K includes
a
a picture of it, and it is factory fresh with the DCMS logo on it.
Where are they getting a draft?
That's hella useful for us right now, actually.
Yeah. I mean, that's why they offered it, is because it is.
Did you just say where are you getting a Dragoon? Was that what Sharp said?
No. I said a Drac mech.
Yes. Okay.
Short for Draconis mech.
Yep. I misheard.
I think so. Lachlan will, when he sees the 10 HQ, especially, he is like, pretty blown away, because he's a huge mech nerd. But he's going. Go ahead.
I think Sharp is as well, just so that I can have a reason for my out of character knowledge.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, that's basically better than the Militia Command Center.
Yeah, and I think for AP to also be able to weigh in on this, Bo is there. Because I think Anko, as soon as
I don't know
there's
that
an offer
Bo
on
has
tape,
that kind. Yeah, Bo's looking over this. He's just like, well, ain't never seen no mechs like that before.
Why'd they take the AC-20 out?
Yeah.
As a player.
All right, let me ask.
Yeah.
I really want Bo Castigan to be like Creole or something. That's because his name's Bo. But no, your face looked weird there, Eddie. You tell me.
I see. I mean, Creole's fine, but I don't think it's necessarily like a deep Southern.
All right. I don't know how to do. I live in Louisiana, so it's literally my only setting.
That's fair.
I don't know how you do Creole without deep.
Yeah, those are kind of the same. kind of.
They literally are only in Louisiana. Like
no, I know.
All
But
right.
I mean, it's
so.
it's,
Yeah, like he's a mech tech that you've recently purchased, but like he has not. I don't know that he's seen the Dragoon yet. Maybe like he's a real recent hire.
sure.
So
okay.
like he's looking over these mechs and he's just like, wow, this is the Wolverine. I know that. Yep, Wolverine.
Sharp turns to Jasper and is like, Lieutenant, if this is real, that Cyclops solves all of our communications problems.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Sergeant.
So Bo's just like, well, I mean, let me just say here, there's a lot less firepower on this mech compared to this mech. You
That is
might be
true.
able to talk to one another a little bit better, but is that really that important when you're on the battlefield?
Realistically, the Dragoon.
I stare daggers at Bo. Communication is everything on the battlefield.
I mean, sure, communication's sweet to talk to another mech, but are you going to be running this entire war by yourself? Is an AC-20 really worth this command module? Is
to be
that
fair-
Dragoon worth this? I mean,
yeah.
We can't field the Dragoon anytime soon. It's at least 2 years out of construction before we can get the mech bay up and running, and that's assuming we get the DCMS forces off here.
yeah, he's
tomorrow.
like, you don't need to tell me all this. That's the one thing at this table I definitely understand. Having to rearmor that Dragoon.
Indeed. That said, that Dragoon is priceless. And it was the last thing that Kuro bestowed upon my family. It may not be in its best shape, but the Dragoon is a mighty mech. And as you said, communication is a powerful thing. Well, that Dragoon also has a Guardian suite that was instrumental in us being able to overcome various obstacles.
That thing's also Swiss cheese right now.
It's
It's not in its best days, but it still has plenty of armor.
it's practically unfieldable. If you take one shot into the center torso, the whole thing's gonna go
It has no
pieces.
It's definitely not has. I disagree with your assessment. It has plenty of armor. It is not field ready.
Bo is just like, that Dragoon is probably worth more in pieces than it is together right now. You could probably auction off the different parts for quite a bit of money, more than what's on the table here, I think.
I think if we can
Assuming we all survive and it survives the war, you get it back, you find a buyer, the buyer doesn't screw you. Those used mech deals, you never really know what's going to happen when you go to them.
I can agree with that.
I don't like the deal on the table as is. Let's propose a counter offer. So let's put together our heads and figure out what we want.
Can I throw a wrench into your plans here, AP?
Please do.
So Sharp is like, I can't speak for the Major, of course, but I know the militia would definitely be interested in that Cyclops. Without knowing what our mech roster is right now, I'm sure that we could work out some sort of three-way deal, perhaps, with the militia trading you mechs for the Cyclops, and you trading whoever this buyer from that Comstar is representing, trading your just a thought.
I'll be frank with you all. I don't like the idea of getting rid of the William Wallace unless I'm trading up.
I absolutely agree with you, and I am hesitant with the deal on the table. Losing the Dragoon is something that is priceless. It is a legacy that my family inherited from Kuro's last words.
Okay, so the people who don't own the mechs are really enthusiastic, and the people who do own the mechs don't really want to give them up.
Okay.
Perfect.
I'm willing to try to
you.
do something like what
I'm enthusiastic either way.
I'm into doing something like what Jasper is suggesting, where, like trying to counter offer. But
I'm okay with that too.
You need to look at what's available.
I think for sure that it would have to be something pretty big and pricey to get the Dragoon.
To be clear, like
They were offering something big and
the
pricey.
Cyclops is just as priceless as the Dragoon.
Yeah, just in a different way.
It's not gonna.
Like I'm just like from a tech standpoint, it's just two different pieces of Starlink Air tech.
I would have not asked you all and would have said yes if they were giving us a half dozen Shrek PPC carriers. Not gonna lie to you.
You're terrible.
Not gonna lie to you. I would absolutely make that trade.
Oh my god.
I don't know that anyone has a half dozen Shrek.
That's I know. That's what I.
Not for about 20 years.
The biggest problem with it, I like the idea of counter offering, but I do genuinely think like the biggest issue with the Dragoon right now is it's effectively useless for the next five years of game.
I mean, I agree that it's not useful right now. I think the main thing that's sticking for Anko, to give you all context as players, and how you may be able to convince Anko, is that this is literally the last thing that Kuro did for her family.
Yeah.
And like it's a massive thing. So if we're getting something that's SDLF or something that's big that like will help, it has to go to the Sepako family.
Yeah.
Because
do you
like
want?
That's the only way that she'll agree. And I think the command maybe, because she is a tactical person, but I don't know what the Cyclops does. Like you have to give like
a Cyclops has an LRM-10, 2 medium lasers, and SRM-4. It normally comes with an AC-20 as well, but instead it has the HQ.
Yeah, it's got the deployable.
So it has a medium mech's worth of armaments of an LRM-10, 2 medium lasers, and SRM-4. In fact, that's probably like a 45-tonner.
Basically, it's like Spoon said. The biggest thing is all of the communications issues we've been having so far would be solved for.
It's weird how this deal came at the exact moment when you would need this precise mech.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
it's almost as if Comstar is just watching and being like, "Oh,
Sharp's like, all right, hang on, I'll be right back." And then like 2 minutes later, he comes in with like 3 stacks of TROs.
They smell kind of like they've been inside a tank for 7 or 8 years.
Exactly.
So what kind of counter offer would we be looking for then, basically?
I mean, something that makes sense for the Wolverine, or not the Wolverine, but the Black Knight, right? Something that you feel like you're stepping up. And I think the Cyclops is great. But I mean, okay, so in terms of field ability, in terms of solving a lot of our problems, I think that like throwing in something spicy that we could use to support ourselves, like
I have a suggestion for you, Baron McDougal. Given your propensity for energy weapons and PPCs, a thug assault mech might they're fairly rare, but they're
very good.
A possibility that if this client has the ability to procure a Star League era Cyclops, they could also either procure a Star League era thug or the downgraded version.
I would mess around with even the downgraded version of the thug for sure. Yeah, I mean, it sounds to me like Eddie's not sold on the Cyclops as a mech. So I think my main thought there is, as a mech, I want to know how I'm going to be effective. That's the main.
Do you want the Archer?
Well, and so
I'll take the Wolverine.
The big thing here is
it's not that.
The Star League era tech on the Cyclops is intangible, whereas the Star League era tech on the Dragoon is very tangible.
Right.
But I don't agree with that, because the
Star League era tech
mechanically, I'm specifically saying that, like you can see the results of the Star League era tech on the Dragoon. You know what that gets you game mechanics wise. Yeah. We don't know what the Cyclops right. We get the RP benefit.
That's not even what I'm saying. The point I'm making is that right now, until we can get the invading forces off and spend 2 years of in-game time building it, that Dragoon is one shot away from being scrapped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, I agree.
All right.
But in terms of playstyle of what I saw Anko heading towards, the Dragoon fits because that is the family's fit. that's the reason why she's hesitant, is because there's the Ghost Mech, there's the Guardian ECM, there's the LBX 10s. Like, it fits her playstyle.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the jump jets, all that kind of stuff, right? So,
all right,
that's the reason why I'm hesitant.
So it sounds like you're not willing to make this
so
deal.
here's
like
it doesn't really sound like it unless this is my proposal for the as is deal. If we go with the deal, Anko, I will give you the archer that I have. I will take the Cyclops.
But again, it goes against what I said.
Then we don't know what to do with
So
the black
you
lane.
return a negative to Comstar.
Yeah.
And so when you do that, right, like the Comstar guy bows.
Yeah.
Then he like makes a gesture, and we don't see it, but like any good stage magician, he presses a button on a communicator behind, on the other hand, behind his back, and several Comstar trucks roll into the area with flags of neutrality and begin offloading hot breakfast meals and like warm towels and like shower systems. And the acolyte says Comstar is neutral in this conflict, Lord Hiroka, but even if we cannot make this deal on behalf of our client, we still wish to offer the same aid that we are offering the Draconis Combine during this troubling time.
Thank you.
Of course. And as they're leaving, you can see that there is a Lancelot Battlemech approaching with several APCs full of guys with Inferno SRM launchers, and you can tell that they're Inferno SRM launchers because the end of the SRM launchers have been red band tipped. They are waving a flag that has the phrase "A knight does not die with empty hands" on it. That is a variation of the Lake family flag, and they're all singing a song as they approach the camp. It's like so weird compared to what everybody else is doing. Like, everybody else is like, we've been moving rocks all night, and these guys are like, wow, we're so happy to be here. Look at us with our giant rocket launchers.
Badasses.
Yeah, Sharp, you are of course receiving further orders as this unit arrives to, stop hanging out with all the cool nobles and get back to doing your real job.
Work.
Yeah. Your new job is to head out and try to bring Second Company back together. So the tank company.
Okay.
You're the second Lance commander, for what that's worth, as you're the only tank left. Your job is to head out and try to find the rest of the members of your company and bring them home.
All right.
It's not looking so good here. Like, it's mostly just infantry and stolen trucks, borrowed dragooned trucks, and 2 Battlemechs, including the guy who stood down Anko. And yeah, it's not exactly the biggest contingent of,
not a great force for reconquering the planet.
Yeah, so you're given 15 minutes to take a shower, get breakfast, and get back in your tank. And there's a handwritten message from Major Garcia that says, "Bring me back my tank, Sergeant."
I had no idea that getting invaded was so unfun. It's a lot of work,
dude. The game "This War Is Mine" is like,
wow,
brutal. But like, it definitely gives you that exact same feeling, I want to say. So I can only imagine.
The thing that I still don't quite get, and I understand it because it's probably like in the fiction why I don't get it, is like, I don't know how we win.
Yeah. I mean, and that's actually the main reason why Anko was even considering the Cyclops, because like that carrier, that command module would be super amazing for everything.
So
but, yeah.
You win in one of two situations: they surrender or they leave, and you probably can't win with the forces you have on planet.
Right.
But you can hold out until Federated Suns response teams arrive in a couple of weeks once they notice that there's a problem.
Yeah. Well, I'm like, so theoretically, as soon as I don't know if this is what happened, but as soon as the dropships show up and start burning for the planet, there's at least a day where
someone sent a message saying, "Hey, we need help."
Yeah, like, hey, we're being invaded, and we have to hope that whoever's on, I think it's Tancredi 4, is our like regional headquarters.
Or Kincaid or several other places.
So basically, we have to hope that the writer that we send out gets to someone, and they go, oh yeah, hey, we should go take care of this, and they come help us.
So it should be noted that the majority of forces on the Federated Suns border were shifted to the Capellan border. Right. To double up the war effort there. The Federated Suns border is basically Wolves Dragoons landed on a planet and went, "What's up, bitch?" and waited for all the Cretans to come kill them.
And I mean, and they did.
That's literally what happened. They literally threw swords down with the coroner and were like, "You're a bitch. Come fight me, bro."
And that is why I think it's literally next year they get super mad. It happened. It happened right.
It happened now.
It happened now, yeah. Like, you're talking about the Death to Mercenaries decree.
Yeah.
That happens in 3029 because Takashi Kurita was just like, wow, I mean, like, these fucking cowardly mercenaries that were supposed to be working for us threw swords down with me. There's 5 regiments of Battlemechs. I sent literally my entire border at them, and they still walked away with.
I can't believe Jamie Wolf is holding me accountable for all the things that I did.
Wow.
So I think
there's a lot of deep lore here.
Jamie Wolf, what a bitch.
So I think Sharp has like a last moment with the lance as he's like, you know, eating a really quick like
food.
Yeah, it's basically like, you know, those shitty scrambled eggs and like.
Oh, it's Comstar grade, so it's actually really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's like omelets that they make for you in front of you.
They got an omelet bar.
Yeah. It's like a Western omelet, maybe, or what?
Yeah,
whatever.
You got the ham and the peppers.
You like.
Oh man. And mushrooms. Wow.
Yeah, you get to pick what you eat.
Comstar brand water bottles.
Dude, this is like a college.
It's like a college, like recruiting thing where they're like,
right,
join our fraternity. So he's staying there, like eating this. He's like, I've been given orders, headed back out into the field with Big Iron, gonna try and find the rest of Second Company, but it looks like this is probably going to be it for us.
It has been a pleasure serving with you. You fought
you as well.
You take care out there, Sharp. Don't let any of those Cretans get you, all right?
I'll do my best. Good luck if we don't meet up again.
I think Anko gives you kind of like a warrior's bow. You as well.
And like I think you guys kind of see that like Sharp thinks that he's being basically like he's going to go out there and try and find the rest of Second Company. What's more likely to happen is he's going to find some Draconis Combine forces, and he's probably going to either die or the tank's going to get blown up.
Yeah.
And he like reaches over and just grabs like a big bundle of like water bottles from Comstar, and it's like
the peace of Blake be upon you, child. As many as you need.
Like tosses a couple to Hawkins and Jordan, and they head over to the tank and fire it up and get back out into the fight.
Yeah, I think there's like a moment where James Jives is like recording as your tank goes off into the sunset or sunrise.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the episode. What do you guys think?
The game.
Good game.
Yeah.
Sorry, Anko was a little bit of a stickler with that Dragoon, but
no, it's fine. I honestly was not like I would have needed a counter offer to like that deal as well. So it's totally fine.
Yeah.
I think it makes way more sense that she would want to keep it, like, and not even from like a mechanics point of view. It's literally it's Kuro's last will and like testament, basically.
Yeah, exactly. That's the main reason why it had to be something spectacular for her to agree to anything.
Yeah, I like that.
And also the fact that, like, you know, I know, Eric, you were kind of like, oh, I'll take the Cyclops and you can take the Archer, but no, it had to be something else.
Yeah.
It wasn't the mech itself. It was more of the sentimentality of it.
I hear you. All right.
Makes sense. Good stuff.
Yeah.
And it made bite us in the ass
That's
later.
Amori.
So.
Yeah. Good luck with the rest of
The war,
guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoon. Hopefully you can join us again or some point soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun
Forward
having
to you
you.
for the major offensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. For when hopefully we go win the war.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how that plays out.
Honestly, I would love to play a session just like out of set that we all just play fucking tank commanders and we just have like the Battle of Kursk. You know what I mean? Here.
Yeah.
That would
I would
be cool.
super into that.
Yeah. Tanks can be fun, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
tanks and aerospace fighters. Honestly, I think that'd be super fun.
Aerospace fighters are too confusing.
It is. There
Easier
are a
in
lot
Alpha
of
Strike.
rules. Yeah.
It's way easier in Alpha Strike. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, we'll have a battle on Alpha Strike sometime, and then you'll realize why we don't play this game in Alpha Strike.
You just got to tweak it a little bit, man.
Yeah, it just needs just a nudge.
The Alpha
Just a
Strike
tweak.
companion rules that someone told me to look at them. I still have the page number written down. It's murder.
Yeah.
It's total.
Variable damage, and then it's basically fair game.
Well, and then you have to because you're not doing like specific locations. Like I think you'd have to do something like the Mordheim wound rolls. So like if a unit loses all of its armor, you have to roll on a chart, and if it loses all of its structure, it's destroyed.
Yeah, we can talk about it. It doesn't matter. We're dreaming.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
We good for next week?
Absolutely.
Could be.
Alright.
Yeah.
This was my send off though. Yeah.
Yes. So next week will
Thanks,
be
Spoon.
a mostly RP episode, and it will be followed by Pondo the Mad joining us as I believe he wants to be an antagonist
Opposition. Yeah.
for out of mech content.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone was like, "Ooh, opposition," and they were like, okay." But then I was like, "Out of mech," and everyone was like, "Oh."
I was just gonna say, it seems like everyone wants to shoot us.
I know. I'm like, oh.
Look, I love it. I love AP. Honestly, I earnestly love that the fact that you have a whole community of fans of this show that also are able to contribute like Spoon and come in and play just this round table of extras in this game as both protagonist, like allies and enemies. It's very cool, and I'm really thrilled about it.
No, look, I'm just saying there's a high possibility that you guys will be fighting Rad and Grimdark James, and I'll ask Spoon to come on.
Yeah, they're the
as
Comstar
Sharp
assassin force.
to arrive on your side. You'll be like, "We can't possibly fight them," and then Sharp will show up, and you'll be like, "One
On your
patent
left.
is just enough."
On your left. Yeah. Exactly.
On your left. What is this, Avengers?
So my first
I'm into it.
I got beat out by the progress of the show. My first thought was to come on as opposition as the sibling of the guy you killed in the first episode.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, I know AP's going to bring this guy back, and then he brought her back in the first episode.
Oh my god.
Same Battlefield too. What can I say? I don't have any original content.
Everything is cyclical.
Okay, Battlestar Galactica, calm down.
Thanks for having me, guys. This was a ton of fun. So
Thanks,
great
Spoon.
to have
I'll
you.
be seeing you around.
oh yeah, for sure.
Listen, I gotta be honest. I want to have Barrett's Privateers get a couple more ambushes throughout the season. Just be all right, we're perfectly safe. And that's when SRM infantry appear out of the rocks, and you're just like, oh no, it must be him. And then a scimitar sails in behind you.
Gaelic harp intensifies.
Hovercraft fans.
Oh my goodness.
Eventually, we're gonna convince Barrett to join us. That's what's gonna happen. We're gonna end up having a friends to or enemies to friends arc with Barrett.
Like
I'm
the
all
Yeah, you
timer-
could do that
the
after this
timer runs
conflict is
out.
over. You just pay for him.
No. See, they just didn't contract them for long enough. So then
Right.
Timer runs out.
The contract runs out mid battle. You sign them up to a new contract just on the Federated Sun side.
Wow.
But yeah, like mid battle, he's like, up, contract is over. Everyone fall back.
I don't know how many people deploy their mercenaries so that it will run out in the middle of a battle. But I'd say if you did that, you probably deserve to lose.
Yeah, it's a clerical error.
Clerical error.
and then Barrett's like, well, if you pay us now, we'll just stop and turn and join you.
Yeah, right. Like literally, it's over, and they get in line for like the little like punch out cards.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, I mean, contract expires at midnight.
Who was the one they hired really early on in A Time of Total Warfare? The tank crewmen, the Russians.
They've been. Oh God, the Russians.
The long Tom.
The long Tom crew who literally were like
Pavel.
Like, yo, Pavel Ridzik, the guy I named after the actual Battletech character.
Who keeps walking into like the most awkward situations. With Bandito.
Yeah. The thing is, that guy was literally a pirate. He was literally just like a ruthless pirate killer, and they're like, "We'll hire you," and he's like, "All right." Then he spends 4 seasons hanging around with them, just being like, "Yep, we're just gonna drink and not do anything." 4 seasons,
drink and do fire missions.
I mean,
I miss more often than not.
I still have that permanent asset from Kuro's
you spent it on Bo, remember?
Nope.
What do you mean no?
No, that was a different asset. I have the permanent asset still.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
Like the permanent asset that I got from Davian.
Yes, I thought that's what you spent on Bo.
No, I got something separate when I had a good year. That I then spent that on. So I still have that.
Well, what you're talking about isn't a permanent asset. The thing you got from the Davians is a fief.
Yeah, you got extra.
You got extra land.
Yeah, you got.
Yeah, they basically went like, "Hey, we're expanding your holdings."
So everybody else is like, "I'm gonna name a knight," and you I guess are holding on to it, so you get paid more at the end of the year.
Yeah, that was the idea, but I thought that was something an asset that I could potentially.
Nope, it's not an asset.
Okay.
It gives you a better chance of gaining assets because you make more money.
Which is something I've been struggling with, so that's one reason why I went with it.
The dollars. Yeah. All right, we'll be back next week for partially downtime, mostly RP. Gotta do some cleaning up in this war of ours. This war of mine.
This war of mine. Such a good game.
It's okay. It's really dark.
It is dark.
Have a good night, guys.